Hello and welcome to the 5-day Do It Badly Future Authoring Challenge. I wanted to make a quick video to welcome all of you, to say one, thanks for joining. Your presence is going to make this whole experience a lot easier for everyone else doing it. And two, to say congratulations because you've already done the hard part in signing up. Now it's just about doing it badly, which should be easy enough. The great thing about doing it this way is that it gives you a template that you can adjust as much as you want after you're done doing it. So it's almost easier to do something the second time around than it is to do it the first time. So it's like writing the first draft of an essay for school. You don't have to make it perfect, you just have to get the draft done. And then editing is much easier after that. Another example I like to use is like if you go for a run the first time, in a neighborhood. The first time you do it, you're like, wow, when is this ever going to be over? Where am I? But after you've done it once, the second time you go through, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I know the turns, I recognize that house, I know where I'm going. And that actually helps a lot because the end is in sight. So what we're going to do is like a run, but more like a sprint actually, because we're just going to get through it. We're going to do 20 minutes a day, and we're going to do that for 5 days. And at the end of that, we'll be done. Okay, so that sounds impossible, maybe, but it's not. We've done it several times before. But it will be a challenge, and honestly, I think it's going to be a bit of an adventure also. So I'll also tell you what else is in it for you. Okay, as aside from having a vision of the ideal future that will motivate you to take your place forthrightly in the world, as Jordan Peterson might say. But there's also a grand prize, so you have that to look forward to also. The outline of the challenge is like this. We'll be condensing what would normally be about an hour each day into 20 minutes. And you can of course do more, but it's a 5-day challenge, so don't burn yourself out. Each day will work for about 20 minutes, and if you think that's not enough time, you're right. That's why it's the Do It Badly challenge, not the Do It Perfectly the first time because you're perfect challenge. So, cut yourself a little slack. The point of this is to not get hung up on all the minutia that tends to get people stuck and stagnant. So we're just going to power right through it. So each day there'll be a video from me stating what we'll do that day. I'll also have some tips to avoid potential pitfalls taken from experiences that people have had in this challenge before. And also experiences of people in the group, as well as my personal experience with future authoring. So I like to think of these challenges, and I actually talk about them this way in the videos as dragons that you have to confront. Okay, so each day I'll describe the particular dragon that you're up against that day, and that'll link to particular challenges that at each stage of future authoring as you're going through it. So then you confront it and defeat it as you make your way through that day. Also, as I said, there'll be a grand prize, and that'll most likely be an Amazon gift card with a nice chunk of change for you to get yourself a congratulatory gift for getting yourself through future authoring. And the point of having the prize, though, is to add an extra level of investment, to actually get you through the program. It's not really a difficult program, especially the way we're doing it, but, you can run out of steam, especially if you're going after it like every day. So it's only 5 days. But on Wednesday evening, if you decide, you want to re-binge watch Game of Thrones again instead of doing your 20 minutes of future authoring for the day, well, this will give you something like in the back of your mind that says, all right, aside from like a vision of my ideal future that'll help me achieve it, there's also this prize, so maybe I should keep working. So each day there'll be an MVP of the day, and in order to qualify to win the grand prize, you have to participate for all 5 days of the week. Doesn't mean you have to win MVP every day. It just means you have to actually be there and participate each day. So to qualify to win MVP each day, after you're done with your 20 minutes, you'll post in the 5-day challenge Facebook group about your experience with the day's exercise. That'll include, insights, challenges you had, really anything that comes up for you. And the MVP award will go to the person who has the most thoughtful, the most popular, the most interesting post. And, we'll crowdsource that. So then it'll also be the grand prize at the end, and that'll be for basically the MVP of the whole adventure, right, of the Future Authoring Challenge. And that, like I said, will go to someone who's participated every day. And like I said, they didn't have to win MVP every day, but they had to be there and show up and participate. So that'll be a little extra motivation to get you all the way through to Friday. And last but not least, on Saturday, which is when we'll announce the grand prize winner, we'll have a big wrap-up meeting where we can talk about lessons learned, some of the insights that we're going to find out, hopefully, about ourselves through the program, about next steps, and about all the things we're going to learn as we go through the challenge. So be sure to mark your calendar. That's October 14th. That's the day we're going to begin. And then October 19th, you'll be done. So finally, in the days we have before we actually begin the challenge, you can set yourself up for success by downloading the future authoring planner that I put in the follow-up email when you sign up for the challenge. There's also a link to the ultimate guide to future authoring, which gives you a lot of answers to questions you might have, tells you about a lot of things that you may encounter during the program. So those can be helpful. Anyway, that's it for me for now. Really looking forward to getting started with all of you next week again. Congratulations again, and I'll see you next week.